Okay, so in Chapter 8, we're going to talk about conic sections. And there's different conic sections that we have, some that you're familiar with, like the parabola, but we look at it with a little bit different view. Okay, so first of all, what is a conic section? Well, if you take two cones and stack them on top of each other, where the pointy part of the cone is meeting, and then you take a plane, P-L-A-N-E, and pass that through, well, that's how you get a conic section. And depending on how the plane passes through, you get different conic sections, okay? So right here, this is an example. The plane is, where I pointed here. It's going through one cone on an angle, and you get what's called an ellipse. Now, you might be familiar with what an ellipse is because of like an elliptical machine. You go to the gym and you get on the elliptical machine, and what's happening is your foot is making this type of circle, okay? Well, it's not a circle, it's an ellipse. Okay, but that type of figure, it's going around and around like that. Okay, so in section 8.1, we're going to specifically talk about the ellipse. Now, curious on the other ones, this is called a hyperbola. We'll talk about that in 8.2. And then the parabola, we're a little more familiar with that, but we look at it in a different lens, and we're going to talk about that in 8.3. Okay, so how do you make an ellipse? We've shown you kind of where they come from. It's a conic section. Conic sections come from two cones where a plane is passing through a portion of the cone. Okay, so you could do this. You could go out in the dirt. You could take a stick, and put it in the ground like a little stick. And then here's some grass around the stick because we're in 29 Palms or in the desert, but might be in Yucca. And then another stick, and here's some more grass around the stick. And then you take a string and you tie let me do the string in orange. You tie the string on one end of this, on one stick, and the other end of the string you tie on the other stick. And then your string is like, going like that or something. Well, then you take a third stick, and the third stick is going to be like your pencil, and you pull it taut, and so you're going to have a stick here, the two sticks in the ground, and then you have this pencil, and this string, I should make it in orange, the string here, you're taking this pencil and you're moving it around in the dirt, around those two sticks in the ground. And so, as the pencil slides along, you get a change in the way the string is situated, right? Anyway, and then you get this ellipse. And you could go out in the dirt and do that. Yeah, so anyway, that's how you make an ellipse. These 2 points here are called foci. You have one focus and two foci. And we're going to talk about more of that when we talk about the parts of the ellipse in the next video. Okay? Just one thing I wanted to mention about an ellipse and a circle. A circle is just a special ellipse, but with a circle, you have one stick in the ground and then a string, and then you're going around, and that's just the same distance, and that distance is called the radius, right? And then this is called the center of the circle. So hopefully you've done some work with circles, but because a circle is another conic section, and you'll see that when we talk about the ellipse a little bit more. It has to do with if you put the plane not on an angle, but if the plane went straight through, then you'd get a circle. Okay, so just wanted to mention the circle just a little bit there. But we're going to talk specifically in this section about the ellipse. We'll tell you more about how everything gets labeled in the next video.